4 games left in the first half for the Rockford Rivets, and they begin the month of July with a 4-game road trip in the state of Michigan. Their first pit stop in Battle Creek, Michigan, as they head to MCCU Field to take on the Battle Creek Battle Jacks. Welcome in, everybody, to the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. I'm Andre Magaro. Happy you could join us here on this Friday evening. Battle Creek and Rockford set to do battle. The Great Lakes East first half title decided. Kalamazoo with their win last night and some helpful results from around them. The Growlers were able to put a lock on that first half title. So 2 teams playing for pole position right now. Maybe another playoff spot, depending on how things shake up with the second half standings. Battle Creek currently 16-16 in second place. Rockford in a 3-way tie for third at 15-17. We'll look at the Rivets lineup 1 through 9. See how they line up in Battle Creek tonight. Ty Crittenberger will lead things off, the right-handed bat, followed by the lefty Ben Brantley. Then 4 straight right-handers, Nick DeMarco, Matthew Mebane, the DH for tonight, Cam McDonald, and Brandon Bannon. Brody Harding, the left-handed hitting shortstop, is 7th. Drew Baker, the right-handed hitting catcher, 8th. And in the 9-hole, in his second game for the Rivets, is the left-handed hitting outfielder, Dustin Allen. They'll be opposed by the right-hander on the mound, Garrett Martin, for the Battle Creek Battle Jacks. Martin has been a starter in this Battle Creek rotation all season long. This is his 6th start of the season already. So far, he's 0-1 with a 7.83 ERA. He's pitched only 23 innings, allowing 20 earned runs on 34 hits, 6 walks, and 18 strikeouts. He's somebody that's going to be in the zone early and often. Rockford bats will look to get on track tonight early. Here's Ty Crittenberger in the leadoff spot. He has been scorching hot as of late. He's set to go in the righty box. Battle Jacks in their home white uniforms with the royal blue caps as Martin fires a first pitch fastball off the plate to get us started at 6:37 Eastern Time here in Michigan. Next pitch to Crittenberger. Fastball's over the outside edge. This time it's a called strike to Ty, who's in a 1-1 count. Crittenberger through 29 games, a .327 hitter, 3 home runs, 21 RBIs. Really good in that midweek series against Madison as he takes another strike over the outer third, down in the count 1-2. 5-game hitting streak for Crittenberger. He's hitting .500 in his last 5 games. 9 for 18. Has also worked 6 walks. That's what's gotten him back in that leadoff spot. So 1-2 pitches low and away. The count's 2-2. Martin primarily a 3-pitch mix. He's fastball, slider, changeup. Rather fastball, curveball, changeup, excuse me. He does have a slider. Won't feature it that often. It's been all fastballs to Crittenberger so far. He takes a called strike 3, letter high, right on the outside black. He goes down looking for out number 1. That one caught the edge of the zone, according to tonight's home plate umpire Eric Swift. You have Zach Hessner over at third base and Brady Parrish over at first base to complete the 3-man crew. Mostly cloudy skies here in Battle Creek, Michigan. The lights are on early at MCCU Field. High 70s is the temperature, a lot of humidity in the air. As we said, mostly cloudy skies, but no real threat of thunderstorms as Ben Brantley nestles into the lefty box and takes strike 1. Brantley's .306 hitter so far this season, 1 home run, 7 runs batted in through 18 games. Next pitch from the righty Martin. Fastball's over the outside edge. It's been a big strike zone here early. Rockford going to have to make the adjustment as Brantley's down in the count 0-2. Just 1 for 15 in the Madison series was Brantley. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Martin strikes him out, and a guy that pitches to a lot of contact has back-to-back strikeouts on just 8 pitches to start off the ball game. 2 outs to the top of the first base is empty for Nick DeMarco. Haven't had a chance yet to give you the Battle Creek defense. We'll go through it real quick. Outfield left to right is Jace Matkin, Bobby Nichols, and Isaiah Gibbs. Dylan Karko over at third base, Robbie Merced at shortstop, Fisher Pyatt at second, Joey Grabansky at first as DeMarco, first pitch swinging, sends a lazy fly ball to Nichols out in center. He's got it ranging over to his left to retire the side on just 9 pitches. 1, 2, 3 for Garrett Martin. We played half an inning here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Battle Jacks coming up as the Rivets held scoreless here on the Rivets Baseball Network. David Mata getting the ball tonight for Rockford as we head to the bottom of the first here from MCCU Field. Still scoreless between the Rivets and the Battle Jacks. Look at that Battle Creek order 1 through 9. Right-handed hitting Bobby Nichols, the center fielder, batting leadoff. That's the left-handed hitting DH Patrick Mills. Two straight righties, Billy Hancock and Joey Grabanski in the 3 and 4 hole. Switch hitting second baseman Fisher Pye at 5th. Rest of the lineup's all right-handed. Jace Matkin, Dylan Clark, Robbie Merced, Isaiah Gibbs rounded out for Battle Creek. David Mata on the mound making his second start in the Northwoods League this summer. Through 4 appearances, a 6.35 ERA and 0-1 record. Just 11 and a third innings under his belt. He's given up 11 runs, 8 of which are earned on 16 hits, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. Somebody else is going to be in the zone early and often as he fires in a first pitch strike to Nichols. 0-1 to the Battle Creek leadoff man. Right-handed bat's a .304 hitter through 21 games, a double and 14 runs batted in. It's been a hot hitting Battle Creek team, just coming back from a recent road trip to Mequon, Wisconsin to take on the Lakeshore Chinooks as the 0-1 is upstairs to even the count. Hits in his last 4 starts for Nichols. He's 6 for his last 15 with 6 runs batted in and 6 walks. Mata, little pause in the middle of his windup before he deals the 1-1. It's a strike on the outer third to Nichols with the fastball. Counts 1 and 2. Mata's got a 4-pitch mix, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. But his changeup's been very devastating to hitters, particularly the left-handed bat. It's been his main off-speed out pitch of the summer so far. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Mata blows it right past him. Nichols down on strikes. 1 down here in the first. Give you the rest of the Rockford defense behind David Mata in their road graphite uniforms with the gold numbers and lettering. Nick DeMarco's over at third base. Brody Harding at shortstop on that left side of the infield. Flip things over to the right side of the infield. Brandon Bannon, second straight start at second base. And then Ben Brantley at first. Outfield left to right of Dustin Allen, Ty Crittenberger, Cam McDonald, with Drew Baker doing the catching behind the dish as the first pitch called strike floats into Patrick Mills, the left-handed hitting DH, a .344 hitter through 30 games. One of the best hitters in the Great Lakes side of the Northwoods League, but Mata, first changeup, ducks underneath the bat path, a swing and a miss from Mills. It's quickly 0-2. 2 home runs, 29 RBIs for Mills. He has been the epitome of a professional hitter for this Battle Jacks team. Mata had 0-2. Here's the kick and pitch. Fastball fouled back. It stays at 0-2. Mills has RBIs in 4 straight starts. 3 multi-hit games in his last 4. He's 7 for his last 23. Here's the 0-2 for Mata. Fastball upstairs. He won't chase. Pops the glove of Baker, and the count goes to 1-2. Mata will go to low 90s with that fastball. He bends at the knees on the third base side of the rubber, but angled towards the lefty box. Now comes straight out of the windup. Pitch is grounded foul, first base side. It stays at 1-2. Patrick Mills, junior outfielder, actually a native, or plays his college ball, I should say, in Kokomo, Indiana for IU Kokomo, but not with the Jackrabbits. He's here with Battle Creek, .374 hitter this spring for the IU Kokomo Cougars. 1-2, swing and a miss. Another Mata changeup. Dives away from the lefty bat. 2 swinging strikeouts here in the first for David Mata. And there's 2 down with nobody on. Both starters finding their grooves early. Nobody yet to reach base in the first. 2 outs and the base is empty in the bottom half for Billy Hancock. Hancock just a tick under 300 at .296. 1 home run, 17 runs batted in through 27 games. Slightly open stance in the righty box against the right-handed arm, David Mata. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-1. Hancock was 0 for 6 in the most recent series in Lakeshore for the Battle Jacks. He has hit the Rivets extremely well this season. He's 6 for 12 against Rockford in their 4 previous meetings as the 0-1's upstairs taken for 1-1. That was a 4-game set at Rivets Stadium in mid-June. So 1-1 pitch is on the way from Mata. Swung on and popped foul first base side. Count goes to 1-2. 4-game set at Rivets Stadium. Battle Creek won 3 of those. They won the first 2 games. Night game on Tuesday, and then a day-night doubleheader on Wednesday. Battle Creek won the early half before the Rivets won a rain-shortened back half of that doubleheader, 15-5. And then the rubber match was taken 3-1 by Battle Creek in a pitcher's duel. The 1-2's popped up. Playable in shallow right field. McDonald drifting in towards the line. He makes a catch. And that will retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for David Mata on just 14 pitches, matching his adversary on the bump. Garrett Martin, clean first inning all around, scoreless in Battle Creek on the Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the second from MCCU Field in Battle Creek, Michigan. Still scoreless between Rockford and Battle Creek. Each starter going 1-2-3 in their half of the first inning. Only took 9 pitches for Battle Creek starter Garrett Martin. The right-hander faces 4-5-6 in the Rivets lineup. Begins with cleanup man Matthew Mebin. DHing tonight for Rockford, a righty-on-righty matchup. First pitch from Martin, a swing and a miss from Mebin. Freshman from South Georgia State College, his numbers have been polarizing this season. A 3.02 batting average through 32 games. As the next pitch floats in, swing and a miss, and an off-speed delivery up high. Mebin's down in the count 0-2. 6 home runs are third most in the league. 34 RBIs are top of the league, but also 36 strikeouts. That also paces the Northwoods. 0-2, fastball outside. Count goes to 1-2. So you get the best of a bad situation sometimes from Mebin, who does strike out a lot. And Martin ahead here, 1-2. The pitch swung on and popped foul. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd here at MCCU Field as they watch Martin on the cusp of his third strikeout already. Typically a ground ball pitcher by nature, but the Rivets have been susceptible to strikeout this season as the 2-2 is outside, and now all of a sudden the count full to Mebin. Just 18 strikeouts in 23 innings for Martin coming into the evening, but Rockford, the second most strikeouts as a team in the Northwoods. 3-2 is a letter-high fastball that's fouled straight back. The count stays full to Mebin. Really good night for Mebin at the dish last night. Was 3 for 5 against Madison with a double and 2 runs batted in. Now has 8 RBIs in his last 8 games, but the 2-2 is on the outside corner. A call. It's strike 3. Fastball froze him again. It's been stifling Rockford hitters all game long in the early going. Third strikeout already for Martin, the second looking, and there's one out with nobody on for Cam McDonald. A senior right-hander from Middle Georgia State has not gone particularly deep into games so far for Battle Creek, but he's showing good command of the zone early. wins the 7-pitch battle against Mebane and starts off Cam McDonald with the letter high, strike one. He is pounding the zone aggressively with that fastball. McDonald, 242 through 17 games, a home run and 14 runs batted in. Right there's the off speed. It's at the letters again. 0-2 to McDonald. Martin primarily a curveball and changeup with his off-speed arsenal. Also does feature a slider at times. There's the 0-2. Swung on, tapped foul, third base side. It comes back into fair territory as it crosses over the third base bag. And it's the third baseman, Kark, fielding and throwing to first in time. McDonald quickly retired as well. Just like that, 2 outs for Brandon Bannon. And in the early going here, Garrett Martin is mowing down Rockford hitters. First 5 Rivets have been retired in order. Here's Brandon Bannon. Pardon me, Brody Harding up to bat. Harding down the count 0-1, the left-handed hitting shortstop. 333 average through 19 games, a home run, 14 runs batted in. Lefty on righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Just outside. The count's 1-1 to Harding. Both Harding and McDonald did not start last night for Rockford. Came on as pinch hitters in the 9th inning. Harding was able to squeak out a single. Well, meanwhile, McDonald had struck out in his pinch hit AB. But nobody finding success early against Garrett Martin, who finds the outside black again. He's ahead 1-2. On the cusp of his 4th strikeout already here in the 2nd inning. The righty out of the windup on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Harding swings and fouls it straight into the stands. Kicks up right to the left of us here in the press box over the protective netting behind home plate. Stays at 1-2 though to Harding. Illinois infielder continues to battle in the box. Was 5 for 10 in the 4 games against Madison in the midweek. 1-2's foul back again. Heads up to a couple of fans. It lands just over top of their head. Bleachers are about 4 rows deep at MCCU Field tonight as far as the fan capacity goes. Lightly attended game with the Battle Creek Air Show beginning this weekend. Of course, the big attraction here in Battle Creek, Michigan on 4th of July weekend. Still 1-2 to Harding. Here's the pitch. Fastball upstairs, now 2-2. The righty from Middle Georgia State set at the belt. His next pitch is swung on and popped up into left field, racing over towards the line. Mackin, he has to pull up short right in front of the Rivets bullpen. There's a decent amount of foul territory here at MCCU Field, but also a rather big warning track as there's a diagonal line back from the backstop where the dugouts are. Then it cuts back in towards the party area and then juts back in on the party porch that's down the left field line. And that's where the bullpens are located. So Matkin went running over towards those on-field bullpens and just pulled up a little short of the baseball. It's second life for Harding, who's in a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Garrett Martin. 4 through the first 2 frames. And he is feeling it early here from Battle Creek. Rivets retired in order again. Scoreless through an inning and a half here on the Rivets Baseball Network. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Battle Jacks here in the bottom of the second. Still scoreless between them and the visiting Rockford Rivets. David Mott is still on the mound for Rockford. Both starters have been in cruise control so far. We've had no base runners through an inning and a half. Just took Mott 14 pitches to retire the Battle Jacks in order in the bottom half of the first. Joey Grabanski, right-handed hitting first baseman into the box. As Mott, the right-hander on the hill, pauses at the beginning of his windup. Now kicks and deals. First pitch, fastball laced into center field, and it's down in front of Crittenberger for a base hit. So there's your first base runner. Goes to Battle Creek on the first hit of the game from Joey Grabanski. He's now 7 for his last 12. Batting average creeping towards 300 as he stands on first base for Fisher Pyatt. We've got a bat dog here at MCCU Field, picking up the lumber, running it back in to the first base dugout. Lots of energy, although albeit a very timid crowd here in the early going. Fans still settling in at MCCU Field here in the second. Third baseman DeMarco creeps up towards the cutout as a switch hitting Pyatt will come in and bat from the left side against the righty Mata. First pitch fastball splits the plate for strike one. Pyatt's only hitting .235 this season through 27 games. 2 home run, 21 RBIs. So it's swinging a hotter stick as of late. See if we can keep that going here. Infield a double play depth for the Rivets. Mata's 0-1. Over the outside edge, quickly 0-2 to Pyatt, who's in the midst of a 6-game hitting streak. He's 8 for his last 25 with 2 doubles and 7 RBIs, with also 5 walks. Pretty efficient numbers, especially when you consider he had a 9-game hitless streak prior to that. Actually had one of the higher averages in the Great Lakes Division before the first time these two teams met, as Mata's 0-2 is fouled off a home plate. No, it's not fouled off a home plate. Delayed signal from the home plate umpire, but it skipped off the plate. Baker blocked it. Tug out Pyatt, who's down swinging for Mata's third strikeout and the first out here of the second. Pyatt now goes to 0-13 against Rockford pitching this season. One down, runner stays on first. Right-handed hitting outfielder Jace Mackin steps up to the plate. Mackin's a .278 hitter through 25 games. Couple of home runs, 16 batted in. Open stance from the right-handed box. Mata's first delivery. Fastball at the letters. Floated in the slider that time for strike one to Mackin. Really big zone so far from home plate umpire Eric Swift. And it's played to the pitcher's advantages. Grabanski's a pretty big frame over there on first base, the runner for Battle Creek. He's 4 for 5 swiping bags this summer, but it's 6 foot, 258 pounds. Probably not going on too many occasions, although he does have some deceptive speed. Next pitch is a check swing. He did not go around, according to first base umpire Brady Parrish, so the count's 1-1. Mackin rests the bat on his right shoulder. Mata staggered off towards the third baseline on the third base side of the rubber. Deals from the windup, the stretch, excuse me, as he misses low in the zone for 2-1. Mackin had a polarizing series at Rivets Stadium against Rockford earlier on this month in June, where the teams played 4 straight against one another. Game 1 of that series went 4 for 6 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back. The count's 2-2. So he goes 4 for 6 with 2 home runs, including a grand slam. Gets Northwoods League Player of the Night. And then, as we said, the second day of that series was a day-night doubleheader between the two teams. So Mackin gets moved up to the cleanup spot. DHs that first game for Battle Creek. Proceeds to go 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts. Not even 12 hours after going 4 for 6 with 2 home runs. Baseball can be a cruel game sometimes. 2-2 pitch. Mata misses low in the zone. The count's full. Tried to get him to bite at the slider, but the right-handed bat laying off. He was 6 for 16 in the series overall, was Mackin. In that game where he broke out with the 4 for 6 night. His batting average increased by 60 points, and he more than doubled his RBI total. Really got him going offensively. Has not homered since then as he fouls off the 3-2 to the first base side. Stay alive. First real deep count of this ballgame. Mackin's been able to fight off a couple of tough pitches and see the ball well out of the hand of Mata. Stays at 3-2 with the runner Grabanski over on first. Still scoreless, bottom of the second from MCCU Field. Mata staggering off the third base side of the mound. Kicks and deals the next payoff It's up high for ball 4. Mackin hesitated for a minute, but he'll take his stroll down to first base. Second base runner of the inning for the Battle Jacks. Mata's first walk, 2 on with 1 out. That'll bring up Dylan Kark. Kark, the 7-hole hitter. It's Battle Creek lineup. Bats from the right side. Native of White Lake, Michigan. 6'1", 185-pound, redshirt sophomore. 248 average on the season. First pitch from Mata finds the inside third of the zone for strike 1. Start off Kark 0-1. Coming off a 1-for-10 series against Lakeshore. 4 strikeouts to his name as well. Infield's all back for Rockford. Nobody holding on either runner. As the Rivets look for a double play ball, potentially. If Mata can stay low in the zone as he's accustomed to. Here's the 0-1. It's down low. Kark twisted his hips but didn't pull the bat off his shoulder. The count's 1-1. Kark, another guy that struggled to get going for Battle Creek but had a really good series first time out against Rockford. Went 6 for 14 against the Rivets. Had 4 RBIs. Currently has 13 ribbies on the season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, elevated foul, and it'll reach the concourse on the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kark saw some regular action this season at Michigan State. 45 games under his belt, only hit .233. 3 home runs, 14 runs batted in for the Spartans. Rare Power 5 position player on this Battle Creek team. Made up of a lot of smaller school guys, but hasn't stopped the Battle Jacks from being one of the best offensive teams in the Northwoods League. Looking to get going here in the second. 1-2 pitch, swung on, popped up. First baseman Brantley gives it a look momentarily, but it's hits off the top of the metal roofing here at MCCU Field that overshadows the bleachers. And the count stays at 1-2. It's an all baby blue stadium here at MCCU, freshly painted before the start of the season. You've also got the big metal pillars that hold up the roofing over top of the bleachers. Very Wrigley Field-esque. Then you've got the baby blue wooden batter's eye in center field. Plays a very pitcher-friendly park. It's a graveyard for fly balls here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mott appears in the pitch. Breaking balls, a called strike 3. Broke over the front door and was taken by Kark. Big second out in Mata's 4th K here in the second inning. These 2 starters that aren't normally strikeout happy have been going on a tear through these lineups first time through. There's still 2 on for Battle Creek with 2 outs, and their 8-hole hitter, Robbie Merced, steps up to the dish. Again, Mata, just 11 strikeouts and 11 1/3 coming into tonight. He's already got 4. Merced's a .222 hitter through 28 games. Another righty bat against the right-handed arm from Southeastern. Here's the pitch. Down low, Baker tried to frame, but it's ball 1 to Merced. Runners lead off, neither being held on. Infield still back for the Rivets. 1-0. Down low now, 2 balls and no strikes. First time Mata's fallen behind a hitter tonight. Merced has hits in 3 straight. His last action came Wednesday against Lakeshore. He went 1 for 4 in that ball game. Trying to pick things back up offensively. 16 RBIs on the season. In a hitter's friendly count here. Slight breeze blowing left to right across the field. Nothing too major. Flag's not waving out there. 2-0 pitch is well off the plate as Mata pulls off the fastball and the count's 3-0. David Mata in danger of walking the bases loaded for the 9-hole hitter Isaiah Gibbs. Trying to battle back here from 3-0 down. Still scoreless bottom of the second with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's a strike straight down the heart of the plate. Merced was taking all the way. Righty from Southeastern set. Now the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Went farther up in the zone with the fastball. That was about letter high. Merced late with the swing, and the count's full. Runners will be off with the pitch. Still scoreless bottom of the second. 2 outs. David Mata looking to strand a pair here against the Battle Jacks. Already 4 strikeouts tonight through an inning and 2/3. Set at the belt. Right-hander peers in. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, popped up. It'll reach the concourse on the right side. Out of play. Leadoff single for Joey Grabanski. And a walk to Jace Mackin, your 2 base runners for Battle Creek. A pair of Mata strikeouts. Stagger either side of those results. Still 3-2. And the pitch. It's just off the plate for ball 4. Baker tried to pull it back into the zone, but a hair outside at the knees on the Mata slider. His second walk of the inning, and the bases are loaded now for the 9-hole man, Isaiah Gibbs. And it has not felt like David Mata hasn't had control in this inning. He's bounced back every time he's needed to, but Battle Creek has been good at grinding out ABs. They got it down to their 9-hole man, Isaiah Gibbs. Just a $197 through 20 games for Gibbs, only 6 RBIs, but a big spot here. First pitch from Mata. Slider breaks front door for strike 1. Gibbs was 3 for 7 in the series in Rockford in limited action. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Mata set at the belt. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Went back to the well with the slider. Gibbs came up empty, and the count's 0-2. Already 4 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3 from the righty from Southeastern. Can he do it again to the bottom of the lineup? No wiggle room with the bases loaded. Still scoreless, bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Went back upstairs with the fastball, and David Mata, 5 strikeouts through 2 frames, and he leaves the bases full of Battle Jacks in the second. We stay scoreless, headed to the 3rd. Rivets back to the dish after this, here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the 3rd from Battle Creek, bottom 3rd of the Rockford lineup coming to the dish against Garrett Martin. A pitcher's duel to say the least in the early going here. So we remain scoreless. First pitch from Martin is a strike on the outer 3rd to Brandon Bannon. It's Bannon, Baker, and Allen, the scheduled hitters for Rockford. Bannon's a .233 bat through 14 games so far in the Northwoods League this season. Martin working with plenty of pace on the mound. Bannon, a line drive single over the head of the shortstop Merced. Much like Battle Creek in the bottom half of the second, Bannon, a sharply hit single to lead off this half inning for the Rivets. Rockford's first hit of the ball game. And a big one for Bannon, who walked 3 times last night, but was 1 for his last 19 before that sharply hit single. So Bannon aboard to lead off the 3rd. First base runner for the Rivets. It brings up the catcher in the 8-hole, Drew Baker. It's a righty on righty matchup. Martin said his first time working out of the stretch today. First pitch, Baker swings and elevates a fastball foul. And a play on the first base side. Baker, the catcher from Wright State, just 6 for 31 so far this season. Does have 4 RBIs. Last saw action Wednesday in Madison. Went 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Infield at double play depth for the Battle Jacks. A 1 pitch. Baker squares around, shows bunt, pops it up in foul territory. The catcher, Hancock, can easily rip off the mask and make the catch a couple steps away from his crouch. Baker retired on the failed sacrifice attempt, and there's one down here in the third. Garrett Martin's been living with that fastball up towards the letters, and that time Baker just couldn't get the bat head out and get on top of the baseball. So he's retired, one away in the frame. Dustin Allen, now your batter. It's just Allen's second game with the Rivets, the left-handed hitting outfielder from the University of San Diego. First pitch from the righty Martin after a long pause. It's off speed that bleeds over the inner third for strike one. 0-1 to Allen. Was 0 for 4 in his Rivets debut last night at home against Madison, but did a little bit of everything. Had a fielder's choice, recorded an RBI, walked, and scored a run. Still looking for that first Rockford hit, though, as they'll check on Bannon over at first, back with a head-first dive. Deceptive speed from Bannon over there. He's 3 for 4 swiping bags this summer. Stole 12 bases and 13 attempts for the University of Illinois at Springfield in just over 50 games this spring. 0-1 to Allen. Here's the pitch. It's that sidearm delivery on the changeup from Martin. He drops down that arm angle as it dives outside, and the count's even at 1-1. Again, Dustin Allen, really good season at San Diego. Hit just short of 300 for the Toreros. 2 home runs, 37 RBIs in 57 games. Next pitch, runner goes. Allen hits a fastball foul on an inside-out swing over to the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Your count to Allen. Foul ball landed over on the third base side next to a fan in a hot dog suit and a fan dressed up as Spider-Man. Still a sparse crowd here in Battle Creek, but they know how to have a good time with it. It's still 1-2 to Allen. Martin set at the belt. Runner staying put. Here's the 1-2. Change up low and away again. Allen's seen it well out of the hand, and the count's even. Two balls and 2 strikes. Martin working quickly on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. Allen was right on that fastball delivery. Leaked over the plate, but the count stays at 2-2. And Rockford needs more at-bats like this, where at the very least they're making Garrett Martin work a little bit more. It was just a 9-pitch first inning for him. Only had 27 pitches thrown through the first 2. So getting towards the bottom of the lineup, trying to work him deeper into counts. Definitely a successful strategy for the Rivets. He'll check on the runner at first. Bannon's back easily. Not too aggressive over there with the lead. Maybe about 2.5 steps. Martin set, ready to deliver the 2-2 pitch. This one's blooped out towards center field, but playing shallow was a center fielder, Nichols, who makes the catch. Taking a couple steps in. Allen retired on the F9, F8, excuse me, and there's 2 down with runner going back to first in Bannon. So 2 down for Rockford after the leadoff single, but it does set the stage for one of their hottest hitters, Ty Krittenberger, at the top of the lineup. Rockford turning it over second time through. Krittenberger struck out looking in the first inning. Did not take the bat off his shoulder in that AB. But make no mistake, Ty's been red hot at the plate. Martin's first pitch as the runner takes off. It's outside. The throw down to second. Short hops the second baseman, and Pyatt. That one bounced well in front of the second base bag. He couldn't pick it on the short hop. So Bannon slides in safely with the stolen base. It's his 4th of the summer. He's in scoring position now for Krittenberger. And a big spot here for Rockford. Krittenberger second on the team in RBIs with 21. Still riding that 5-game hitting streak where he's hitting just a tick over, or excuse me, under 500 after a strikeout in the first. Check swing on the 1-0. He did not go around. And the count's 2 balls and no strikes to Crittenberger. Rockford was able to strand Battle Creek with the bases loaded in the last half inning. The Rivets trying to take full advantage of that here in the third and take an early lead in what's shaping up to be a pitcher's duel here early. 2-0 pitch. Fastball upstairs, 3-0 to Crittenberger. Give you an idea of how effective Crittenberger was in that series earlier this week against Madison. Reached base in 11 of 15 plate appearances against the Mallards. Head in the count here, 3 balls and no strikes. The next pitch is swung on and popped foul as Crittenberger loses his bat. It helicopters over towards the Rivets on deck circle and Ben Brantley. He's going to walk the bat back to Crittenberger as he nearly caught it right in his hands. Crittenberger there to retrieve it and put on more pine tar as that ball goes up towards the seats on the first base side. There was a projectile no matter which direction you looked. The ball went flying out to the right-hand side and the bat went flying to the left-hand side. But Crittenberger is back set after the 3-0 green light. The count's 3-1. Hitter-friendly count for the Western Kentucky outfielder. Here's the pitch. It's right at the knees on the inside corner with the slider. Crittenberger was ready to toss his bat for ball 4, but instead the count's 3-2. And you can tell Rockford's leadoff man has not been a big fan of the strike zone so far in this one. Rung up looking on a call he thought was questionable, now still in the box in a 3-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on second. Scoreless top of the third. Here's the pitch from Martin. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back sliders. That one gets Crittenberger swinging on the outer third. His second strikeout, the 5th through 3 innings for Garrett Martin, and the side is retired. No runs on a hit, no errors. 1 man left on base. Scoreless through 2.5 here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Second time through the Battle Creek lineup for starter David Mata. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the third inning. Both teams have left runners in scoring position in each of their respective last half frames. First pitch from Mata to leadoff man Bobby Nichols, who's a strikeout victim his first time up. He takes at the knees. It's 0-1. 5 strikeouts for David Mata through 2 frames. Only allowed the 1 hit so far and a couple of walks as he snaps the curveball. That's at the knees as well, right on the inside edge. Counts 0-2 to Nichols. David Mata just been littering the strike zone here in the early going. The lefty from Southeastern. 0-2. This time, just low in the zone, went back to the curveball. Nichols took for ball one. We'll see what Mata gives you here. If you're Rockford, his longest outing this season was 4 innings. That was back on June the 20th in Wisconsin Rapids. He's set to go quickly as he bends at the knees and then delivers with a long pause in his windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs, 2-2. Last outing was Saturday, actually, in relief against Traverse City when starter Jack Moore was only able to go an inning. Mata, who was slated to start in the rotation in that Madison series, had to come out in the bullpen, pitched 3 1/3. 2-2 pitches popped up. Shallow right field. McDonald drifting in. The right fielder makes the catch. Atop his black cap for out number 1 as Nichols is retired for the second time tonight. But Mata, who was projected to start one of those games against Madison, had to come in relief in that game because Rockford just had a lack of arms. And he went 3 1/3. He allowed 5 runs, only 3 of which were earned. There were 5 Rockford errors in that game that didn't do him any favors. Pitched rather well. His final stat line wasn't as flattering as his performance would indicate. One out and the base is empty, scoreless here in the bottom of the third. It's Patrick Mills, the left-handed hitting DH, who takes strike 1 from the righty Mata. The fastball that splits the plate. Mills, another strikeout victim. He went down swinging in the first. Mata, the hitch out of the windup, 0-1. Bounced in, Baker scoops it, and the catcher delivers the baseball back. The count's 1-1. Should describe the hitch in Mata's windup. He bends at the knees, staggers off to the first base line, and then points his legs towards the batter, and then delivers almost a Johnny Cueto little shimmy before lifting his left leg high and firing home. He did it there. The fastball was upstairs to Mills, and the count goes to 2-1. But it's one of those little things that can make a pitcher feel comfortable in their delivery and throw a hitter off balance, because you get that little shimmy, and it throws the timing off for these hitters sometimes when they're expecting you to come home a little sooner. So another fastball outside. It's 3-1 quickly to Mills. 3 balls and a strike, the pitch. Fastball is over the middle of the plate at the knees. It counts 3-2. Mills was taken all the way. Quickly, here's the payoff. It's a called strike 3. Mills tossed the bat towards the Battle Creek dugout, expecting it to be ball 4, but it caught the outside part of the plate. His second time going down on strikes. It's a 6th strikeout for David Mata. 2 down here in the third. Precise location with the changeup up high for David Mata. Caught the top of the zone and the outside edge. 2 down, the base is empty for Billy Hancock. Right-handed hitting catcher's 0 for 1 today. A fly ball to right field his first time. Mata, fastball zipped across the zone for strike 1. He is in a groove right now, working quickly on the mound. There's the bend, there's the deep breath. His hitch, the high leg kick in the 0-1. Line straight back up the middle. Crittenberger comes in. The center fielder can't make the play. It's down on 1 hop in front of him for a base hit. Western Kentucky outfielder pulled up at the last minute, realized he wasn't going to have a play on the ball. It's Battle Creek's second hit. Both have been singles up the middle as Hancock is aboard for Joey Grabansky. Grabansky, the guy with Battle Creek's other hit. First pitch ambush to lead off the second inning. Line straight back up the middle. Grabansky's batting average quickly approaching 300 once again on the season. This is his 32nd game for the Battle Jacks. Swinging a hot stick as of late. The big right-hander with the wide open stance in the batter's box. Mata's first pitch. Curve balls down low in the zone. 1-0 to Grabansky. In Battle Creek's most recent series in Lakeshore, Grabansky went 6 for 11 and hit 2 home runs in yesterday's game, too. 5 runs batted in across the series. 1-0. Late swing and a miss at a Mata fastball. That time just casting out the bat path. Grabansky did not look comfortable on that swing at all as the count goes to 1-1. Grabansky also hit particularly well against the Rivets earlier this season. He's 5 for 19 against Rockford with 4 runs batted in. 1-1 swing and a miss. And Mata's peppering the outside edge of the zone right now to Grabansky, who has a wide open right-handed stance and will sometimes step further out instead of stepping back in with his front foot. That opens up his stance even further, makes it hard for him to hit the outside pitch. So Mata sees that, identifies the hole in the swing, and is trying to get him over the outside third. 1-2 pitch, runner goes. It's an inside fastball, laced to third base. DeMarco on the short hop, fields it behind the bag. His throw across in time to retire Grabanski. Mata made a mistake pitch. It leaked over the inside, and Grabanski was able to turn it around to third base. But a nice pick on the short hop from the Notre Dame third baseman. His strong throw nails Grabanski and retires the side. No runs on a hit, no errors, one man left on base. We've played 3 here at Battle Creek, Michigan. Battlejack 0, Rivets 0, here on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Two, three, four. Do it for the Rockford Rivets here in the top of the 4th inning. Still scoreless from Battle Creek, Michigan. A pitcher's duel between David Mata and Garrett Martin. 2 righties, respectively, on the hill. Martin, Battle Creek arm, faces Brantley for the 2nd time. Louisiana Tech first baseman struck out in the 1st. Left-handed bat against the right-handed arm. First pitch. Off speed, drifting inside, taken for ball 1. 5 strikeouts in 3 innings, just the 1 hit allowed for Martin. For David Mata, 3 innings with 6 strikeouts and just the 2 hits allowed. Both players have stayed in the strike zone early and often. That time, Brantley a big swing and a miss at a changeup that drifts over the front foot. Counts 1-1. Again, there's 2 arm angles for Garrett Martin on the hill. He goes over the top more often than not with the fastball. Sometimes it's 3/4, sometimes it's sidearm for the off speed. And that time he went 3/4 on a slider that broke over the front foot of Brantley. He took it and he's down in the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch on the way. That time the fastball ducks inside. Brantley, who crowds the plate from the left side, had to lift his arms high out of the way, and the count is 2-2. Next pitch bounces in the Brantley. He takes, and the count's full. Rare full count here for Rockford, trying to work the count a little more. 2nd time through the lineup against Martin. He's thrown 42 pitches through 3 innings. His next pitch will be number 48. Pitch to Brantley, swung on, towering pop-up. Playable in shallow left center field. Nichols, the center fielder, coming in, as is the left fielder, Matkin, who calls him off and makes a catch for out number 1, just behind the shortstop, Merced. F7 retires Brantley. 1 out, nobody on for Nick DeMarco. Martin hasn't gone particularly deep in a lot of his starts. His last action was last Thursday at Madison, where he only went 3 1/3, albeit did give up 4 earned runs. His longest start of the season was 6 2/3. That was in Traverse City, but it was all the way back on June the 3rd. Still, he's had a lot more efficiency in this start than he has recently. First pitch to DeMarco, swing and a miss at an outer third fastball. DeMarco, first pitch swinging, he flew out to center field to end the top of the 1st. Just 1 for 13 this season. It's his 4th game since arriving from Notre Dame. He has not gotten a hit since his inaugural at-bat as a Rivet on Tuesday in Madison. There's a slider straight over the outside corner. It's 0-2. Garrett Martin has been finding the edges of the zone all night long. 0-2 pitch on the way, out of the windup. Well upstairs. Counts 1-2. Swing and a miss. Slider out of the hand from the 3/4 arm angle, drifted across the strike zone. DeMarco down on strikes. It's the 6th strikeout for Garrett Martin, and there is 2 down quickly in the top of the 4th. And there is nothing either of these offenses have been able to generate against these 2 starters, who aren't even that big of strikeout pitchers, but have put up the numbers tonight. First pitch to Matthew Mebane, just below the knees for ball 1. If there's anybody that's going to put a charge into a baseball, it is Mebane, who struck out looking on a full count his last time up. 1-0. Swing and a drive into the left center field gap. Nichols going back towards the track, towards the wall. He makes the running catch on the warning track. Bobby Nichols chases it down, robs Mebane of extra bases. What a catch. Side is retired. Another 1-2-3 frame for Garrett Martin. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Here from MCCU Field on the Rivets Baseball Network. Five, six, 7 to up for a Battle Creek, still scoreless, bottom of the 4th. Rockford starter David Mata throws low in the zone for ball 1. The 4th inning of work has been Mata's undoing more often than not in his outings this season. It's been where he's begun to lose the feel for the strike zone. This is a big tell for the Southeastern right-hander. He throws 2 straight out of the zone, low to Pyatt, who struck out on 3 pitches his first time up, but the count's 2-0 as he has yet to see a strike. There are some arms up and stretching in the Rockford bullpen, but no sense of urgency to throw yet as the sun has peeked its head out for the first time tonight. Mostly cloudy skies here in Battle Creek, but no threat of precipitation. Mata's up in the zone this time with the fastball, and it goes to 3-0. 3-0 pitch. Over the inside corner to get a strike back on Pyatt. Again, it was the 4th inning in Wisconsin Rapids where Mata allowed most of the damage. He allowed 3 runs to the rafters in that outing before the bullpen shut the door on the rest of the game. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And then the 4th inning is where it got away from him Saturday in Traverse City, where he allowed a few base runners, a couple of runs across on some sloppy defense from Rockford, and then eventually had to be pulled. But he's bounced back nicely here to Pyatt, made the count full. Payoff pitch on the way. Swung on and popped up. Shallow left field, out the third baseman DeMarco. Coming in, the left fielder, the shortstop, Harding, calls everybody off as Allen came rushing in as well. But up the third base line and shallow left, it's Harding, the shortstop, who makes the catch for out number 1. Big bounce back in the at-bat against Pyatt for Mata. And 1 down, and the base is empty for Jace Matkin. The bat dog comes out, retrieves the bat once more, and takes it into the Battle Creek dugout. Mackin walked, was stranded on second base his first time up. Battle Creek left the bases loaded in the second. That's the only inning where they've really threatened as Mata fires in a fastball over the outer third for strike one. Rockford's only had one runner in scoring position all game long. Only had one base runner so far against Garrett Martin. Showed no signs of slowing down. Heaters upstairs, and the count goes to 1-1 on Mackin. There have been some interesting promotions here at Battle Creek. Of course, the Battle Jacks under new ownership this season. Brian Colopy completing his takeover of the team as the owner, rebranding the team from the Battle Creek Bombers last year as it pitches low in the zone to Mackin 2-1. So a little different flair this season at C.O. Brown Stadium, now renamed MCCU Field. 1-1 for Mata. Swung on, popped foul, 1-2. You've got a promotion called the World's Fastest Sloth before this half inning, where they take a young fan from the crowd, probably about 5-6 years old, and have him race across the outfield with an adult in a sloth costume. And it's much like the freeze race in Atlanta, where the sloth just out of nowhere will just take off and leave the opponent in the dust. 1-2, swing and a miss. Mata leaving the opposition in the dust as he buries a slider. Mackin empty on the hack. 7th strikeout for David Mata. Two down here in the 4th. Retiring hitters faster than we can count. And the bases are empty with 2 outs for Dylan Kark. First pitch to him, a called strike. Kark went down looking his last time up. No balls in 1 strike. Mata takes a brief pause before he delivers the 0-1. Breaking ball hit Kark. Couldn't find the snap on the curveball. It hits Kark straight in the backside. He'll reach for the first time tonight. The first hit by pitch for Mata and a 2-out base runner here in the 4th. Nothing hurt with the 2-out base runner. Brings up Robbie Merced. In the 8-hole for Battle Creek tonight, batting from the right side. A walk in the second inning in his first plate appearance. Take a brief pause as Kark took some time to walk off that shiner behind the first base bag. He looks set to go now. Mata will get loose. There's also an arm getting loose right now in the Rockford bullpen. We'll have that for you here in a minute. The beams in the stands make it a little difficult to pick out the number, but we'll get a look there. But for now, all eyes on Merced at the dish, who takes strike 1 at the letters. 0-1 the count. The Travelman Merced, who started his college career at Missouri State back in 2018, recently played at Central Methodist University, an NAIA institution in Fayette, Missouri. This past season hit .444 through 57 games. Pitches down in the dirt. Throw down to second base is in time. Kark nabbed off second base. The tag applied by Brandon Bannon, and a caught stealing ends the 4th as Battle Creek goes down 1-2-3 with the caught stealing. Mata threw 4 shutout frames, and we're still scoreless from MCCU Field here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Fifth inning from MCCU Field. There's still nothing on the scoreboard between Rockford and Battle Creek. Two teams deadlocked at nothing. McDonald, Harding, and Bannon, your scheduled hitters. 5, 6, 7 in the Rockford order. Second time through. McDonald takes strike one at the knees. Garrett Martin has just been all over the strike zone tonight. McDonald grounded out the third his last time up. Next pitch, the sidearm delivery from Martin as he drops the arm angle on the slider. It breaks outside for ball one. Just one hit through 4 innings for the Rivets. Just 2 for Battle Creek as McDonald cues one foul over towards the Rivets bullpen down the third base line. 1-2 the count. See how much David Mata has left in the tank. He threw his 70th pitch to end the 4th inning. Might have one left in him, but there is some arms up and stirring in the Rockford bullpen. It's Tresden Rabarczyk, brother of Ty Rabarczyk, who just joined the Rivets, getting loose. The righty from Parkland College as McDonald swings and misses at a fastball upstairs. He's down on strikes, and it's strikeout number 7 for Garrett Martin here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up McDonald's Illinois teammate Brody Harding, who also struck out his first time up in the 2nd. Strikeout parade so far for Garrett Martin. First pitch, at the knees for strike one. A lot of efficiency so far on the mound, meanwhile, for Martin. He's only thrown 59 pitches now with 1 out in the 5th, and he's gone quite deep into games already this year for Battle Creek. We mentioned 6 2/3 in Traverse City back on June the 3rd, his longest start. He threw 96 pitches that day. Harding hits one on the ground towards second. Getting around on it is Pyatt, who sets his feet, throws across in time. Harding retired, 2 down. So again, you have a guy in Martin that knows how to stretch himself out to that whole 100-pitch threshold here in the Northwoods League. He can go pretty deep into this game, especially if Rockford keeps making outs early on and counts. Harding's 0 for 2. It brings up Brandon Bannon, who has the lone Rockford hit tonight. Line drive single over the head of the shortstop Merced, his first time up in the right-handed bat. Takes a curveball at the letters for strike one. This crowd's getting into this start here for Garrett Martin. They know something special is at play tonight for the right-hander on the mound. Middle Georgia State. 0-1. That's upstairs that time. Tried to snap the breaking ball up top. Trez Rabarczyk up and throwing again in the Rockford bullpen. Again, just joined the Rivets. Brother of star starting pitcher Ty Rabarczyk. We'll see how quickly he is to be thrown into action or if Mata will come back out for the 5th as Bannon takes off the plate for 2-1. Bannon will have a disciplined eye up there. Walked 3 times yesterday on 4 pitches against Madison. 2-1, laced into center field. Coming in Nichols. He won't get there. Has to play it on a hop. 2 Rockford hits, and they've both come off the bat of Brandon Bannon. He's 2 for 2 tonight and a 2-out base runner for the Rivets here in the 5th. This is one way to snap a 1 for 19 stretch. Team's getting mowed down. Brandon Bannon trying to provide the life on offense. Already has 1 stolen base tonight. We'll see if he's in motion as Drew Baker comes to the plate. Baker tried to lay down a sacrifice bunt his first time up in the 2nd after Bannon's leadoff single. He popped down in foul territory to the catcher Hancock. He's swinging away this time as he sends one foul on the first base side. 0-1 to Baker. Again, numbers won't truly tell you how he's swinging the bat right now. He's just 6 for 32 on the season, but he's 5 for his last 15 since an 0 for 13 stretch. So evening things out at the plate. See if Bannon's off here. He stays put after a bluff steal. The 0-1's pop foul. Quickly 0-2 to Baker, who's had a couple of late swings on elevated fastballs. Would not be shocked here if Martin drops down the arm angle and goes for a breaking ball low. Could risk getting the runner into scoring position, but Baker also might expand the zone here with 2 strikes. Martin, the senior right-hander, has had a feel for his full arsenal all day. 7 strikeouts through 4 2/3. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded over to second. Pyatt gets around on it. High hop straight into his belly, but still has time to set his feet and throw to first in time to retire Baker and the side. No runs on a hit, no errors, one man left on base. Still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Let's see who comes into this game for Rockford. Trez Rabarchik still throwing in the bullpen. Looks like it's going to be Rabarchik who comes in. David Mata still in the dugout. We'll wait and see here when we come back on the Rivets Baseball Network. David Mata is still on the mound here for the bottom of the fifth inning. 8-9-1 due up for the Battle Jacks. It's still a scoreless ball game. Robbie Merced set to lead things off. He walked his first time up. First pitch from Mata, fastball over the outside edge for strike one. Merced was at the plate when the bottom of the fourth inning ended. Dylan Karkover on first base was caught trying to steal second. Catcher Drew Baker. Mata out of the wind with the 0-1. Fastball low, counts 1-1. Again, this is the deepest David Mata's worked into a game this year. First time pitching in a fifth inning of a ball game. He's at 72 pitches right now. Got Tristan Rabarchik getting loose in the Rockford pen. Next pitch is popped up, shallow right field. Going to be a tough play. McDonald rushing in, dives, makes the catch. Cam McDonald, Superman style, rushing in from right field, makes a diving effort in shallow right. Merced retired for the first out of the fifth. Really good catch from McDonald on a tough pitch off the end of the bat of Merced. It was a blooping pop-up that looked like it had eyes for the grass. Huge first out in the fifth for Isaiah Gibbs. As Mata finds strike one with the slider at the knees. Gibbs a strikeout victim in the second, 0 for 1. Huge first out when you think about it. Don't want base runners getting on in the bottom of this lineup to turn it over third time, whether it's Mata who's set to face them or a new arm in Rabarchik who hasn't thrown in this league yet. You don't want them coming onto a situation with traffic on the bases. 1-1, swing and a miss. Curveball broke outside of the zone. Gibbs flailed out the bat head. He's down in the count, 1-2. Just 6 pitches so far in the inning for Mata, trying to get his second out of the frame here in the fifth. 7 strikeouts to his name. The 1-2. Swung on, popped foul. And David Mata, once again, a journeyman throughout his college career. He started at Bethune-Cookman in 2018. Threw a handful of innings for them, 19 to be exact. Then redshirted in 2019 before going to the College of Central Florida, where he saw his most usual work. This one's bounced foul on the first base side. His count stays at 1-2. Started 4 games in the abbreviated 2020 season for them before going to Florida Gulf Coast, pitching an inning in 2021, and then finally arriving at Southeastern, where he made 6 appearances this past season. So for Mata, it's been 4 different schools throughout his collegiate career, but the College of Central Florida, where he saw his most usual action on the mound. This one's now grounded foul off the facing of the Rivets dugout on the third base side. Still 1-2 to the hitter, Gibbs. He threw a complete game for the College of Central Florida on February 11th, 2020 at St. Petersburg. It's there he struck out 8 hitters, only allowed 2 earned runs in that complete game. That's his career high for strikeouts in the collegiate ranks. 1-2's popped up, foul territory. The first baseman, Brantley, racing over, and he's got room to make the catch. Loads of foul territory either side of third or first base, and Brantley had plenty of room to range over to his right, catch the pop-up. Gibbs retired, 2 down here in the 5th. So we mentioned that because Mata is just 1 strikeout away from matching a collegiate high. He's going to stay in the game to face Bobby Nichols here in the 5th. He's at 80 pitches, can still throw 20 more and enter a new inning. The max is 110 in the Northwoods League, but again, Mata, somebody not fully stretched out. Nichols today 0 for 2. Has struck out and flown out to right field. Righty on righty matchup, first pitch from Mata. Can't find the outside edge with the breaking ball. The count's 1-0. Nichols trying to keep a 4-game hitting streak alive. See, he's begun to heat up in that leadoff spot for Battle Creek. Pitches upstairs. He's your prototypical leadoff hitter for this Battle Jacks team. His on-base percentage has soared since the last time he's played Rockford. It's now up at .415. Was 3 for 14 against the Rivets in the earlier portion of this season. This one's hit on the ground towards second. High hop, but on the backhand, Bannon's got it. Throws parallel to the second base bag in time to nail Nichols and retire the side. Just a 13-pitch inning for David Mata. He's through 5 shutout frames. His best start in a Rivets uniform to date. We're still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Rather, the top of the 6th here on the Rivets base. Top of the 6th inning, 9-1-2 coming to the plate for the Rockford Rivets. We are still scoreless here in Battle Creek, Michigan. A pitcher's duel between Garrett Martin and David Mata. 2 hits either side. All base runners have been left stranded. Allen's 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center field his first time up. Left-handed bat against the right-handed arm. The fastball stings the outside edge for strike 1 to Allen. 7 strikeouts for both pitchers through 5 scoreless innings of baseball. Nearly parallel stat lines. Neither side is given an inch as Allen takes inside. The count's 1-1. If you're Rockford, got to try to take full advantage of this start that David Mata has given you. 3rd time coming through the lineup against Martin. Somebody that has an ERA north of 7 on the season. Got to try to take advantage. Not going to help there as Allen keeps the bat on his shoulder as the fastball squeaks in at the knees for strike 2. Rockford looking to get the bats going here on the road. Their home road splits have been unkind to the Rivets. 1-2 is laced into right field for a base hit. Right on cue, a slider that bleeds over the middle of the plate. And Dustin Allen has his first hit in a Rockford uniform as he's aboard to start the 6th. Third hit for the Rivets. It turns over the lineup for Ty Krittenberger. Trez Rabarchik, he's almost thrown a simulated game down there for Rockford. He's still throwing in the Rivets bullpen. Now he's talking with catcher Drew Baker. So we'll see if he's set to enter this game in the 6th. Right now it's Krittenberger who fouls the ball straight back down on the count 0-1. Western Kentucky outfielder struck out twice tonight, looking in the first, swinging in the third after he thought he had seen ball 4. He's been a heavy critic of the strike zone tonight, but Martin's gotten him on strikes twice. Third baseman Kark is crept in towards the cutout at third base. First baseman Grabansky holds on the runner, who takes off here as Krittenberger squares around to bunt. Straight back to the mound, barehanded. The throw is low towards the bag. Grabansky holds the bag, scooping the low throw from Martin. Krittenberger retired, sacrifice successful. Allen's up the second base. 1-3 on the putout, 1 out and a runner on second for Ben Brantley. Krittenberger had a chance of reaching with his natural wheels if he would have bunted that one either side of the mound, but he bunted it just straight towards the mound. And there actually is a dirt strip from home plate to the pitcher's mound here at MCCU Field, so it creates a truer hop. Pitcher doesn't have to pick the ball out of the grass, which can sometimes be difficult. Made it easier to throw out Krittenberger, who's nailed for the first out of the inning. Here's the left-handed hitting first baseman Ben Brantley. 0 for 2 tonight. He takes ball 1 off the plate. Big spot for Brantley, who did deliver 2 RBIs in last night's ball game. Looking to heat back up. Just 1 for his last 17 after a sweltering start to his time with the Rivets. 1-0. Swing and a line drive towards right field. It gets down for a base hit in front of Gibbs. They're forced to hold Allen at third. Gibbs has a plus arm and throws a rifle into home plate. Really accurate throw. Allen would have been out by a mile at home plate, but there's 2 singles in the inning for Rockford. They have runners at the corners with 1 man out here in the 6th. 2 really hard-hit baseballs. All of a sudden, there are bodies stirring in that Battle Creek bullpen, and Martin is going to receive a mound visit now. Up to 4 hits for Rockford. Brantley gets his first hit of the day. He's on first base. Allen, who led off the inning with a single, is on third. The lefties get it done in the Rockford lineup. And a big stage set here for Nick DeMarco. DeMarco's 0 for 2 today. He's flown out the center and struck out. 1 for 14 so far in a Rivets uniform. But again, didn't get regular baseball this season at Notre Dame. The two-way freshman for the Irish. Still trying to get comfortable with his swing. This would be a big spot to pick up his first Northwoods League RBI. Mound visit has concluded. Grabansky's going to hold on the runner at first. Kark is even with the bag, playing on the line at third. And the middle infield is pinched to try to turn 2. 1 out, runners on the corner, scoreless, top of the 6th. First pitch to DeMarco, squares around, pulls back on a fastball high and tight. It's ball 1. DeMarco, your 2021 Illinois Gatorade Player of the Year. At 423 his senior season in high school. Trying to translate those skills here to the collegiate level. 1-0 pitch. He squares around again. Tries to bunt it, but he comes up empty, jabbing at the outside offering. So it's a strike in the counts 1-1. Rockford's already failed to get 1 bunt down in this game through Drew Baker. Krittenberger sacrificed earlier on in the inning. If you're going to go for the squeeze right here, this is a big spot to do it. Second baseman now comes even with the bag and Pyatt. There's a hole on the right side of the infield. DeMarco tries to bunt up the first base line, and it's foul again. The count's 1-2. You have Matthew Mebane on deck, the Northwoods League RBI leader. Rockford trying to go small ball here. They don't do that very often. You have a quick base runner on third and Allen. But DeMarco has not been able to execute the bunt. Probably in swing mode now with 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out, runners on the corner, scoreless game, top of the 6th. Martin comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. It's hit foul just to the right of third base coach Vinny Tornincasa over towards the Rivets bullpen. Count stays at 1-2. There is a lefty currently getting loose in the Battle Creek bullpen, which tells me they'll probably fancy Martin to face the righty in Mebane. Infield's back at double play depth with 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out, runners on the corner, scoreless top of the 6th. Martin peers in, now the pitch. Just low. He caught the plate with the slider. He kicks his right leg up in the air in frustration, thinking that was strike 3. It turns out to be a good take from DeMarco, and the count's 2-2. Some appeals from the fans here at MCCU Field. But DeMarco stays in the box. Rests the bat on his right shoulder. Upright in the righty box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer third. It's the 8th strikeout for Garrett Martin. 2 down in the 6th. So it's another clutch situation for the man with the most RBIs in the Northwoods League. 2 outs, runners on the corners, and a tie game for Matthew Mebane. Mebane's 0 for 2 tonight. Went down looking in the 2nd, flew out sharply to the warning track in center field in the 4th. First pitch from Martin. Swing and a high pop-up. Playable in foul territory. The third baseman, Kark, over towards the Rivets dugout, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Rockford gets runners on the corners with 1 out, but unable to capitalize. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left. Still scoreless in Battle Creek through 5.5. You're on the Rivets Radio Network. Dresden Rabarchik making his Rivets debut. He'll face 2-3-4 in the Battle Creek lineup. Still scoreless. First pitch swinging, Patrick Mills. It's a high chopper to the first baseman, Brantley, who walks it to the bag himself. Early first down for Trez Rabarchik here in his Rivets debut. 5 shutout innings from David Mata. All you could ask for from him in that start. The righty from Southeastern. Doing his arm care treatment right now in the exposed Rivets bullpen here at MCCU Field. He threw 83 pitches. Allowed just 2 hits, striking out 7, walking 2. Early first out here in the 6th, Billy Hancock, the batter. 1 for 2 tonight, 1 of 2 Battle Creek hits. He sends a line shot to center field. Crittenberger racing in, dives. He made the catch. Ty Crittenberger racing into the right center alleyway. Sold out parallel to the ground and grappled in the baseball out from his left-hand side. What a diving catch for out number 2. Crittenberger goes all out. If he doesn't catch that baseball, it's probably into the gap for extra bases for Hancock. Huge second out for the Rivets. So just like that, 2 outs on 2 pitches for Trez Rabarchik's Northwoods League debut. Here's Joey Grabansky, 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch down low for ball 1. Of course, the brother of Ty Rybarczyk, starter for the Rivets. Trez committed to play at Parkland next year. Same college as Alex Pipes. There's the breaking ball. It's over the inside edge for strike one to Grabanski. Going to see Trez drop to more of a sidearm angle on the fastball, over the top for the curveball. Here's the 1-1 from the righty. Another breaking ball. It's just off the outside edge of the plate, 2-1. And it feels like as this game has bled on, the strike zone might have gotten a little smaller on that outside part of the plate. A couple pitches were there early. 2-1 is grounded foul, third base side. It's 2-2. Trez just arriving as a reinforcement in this Rockford bullpen. Isaac Crabb and Tanner Knight, the two Louisiana Tech arms. Their time is done with the Rivets. Rockford looking for more pitching help. Trying to find it in the brother of Rybarczyk as the fastball is way outside. Counts 3-2 now to Grabanski. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Golfed. Deep to left field. Back is Allen looking up. It is a foul ball. Rybarczyk went low and inside in the full count. Grabanski got all of that baseball. If it's fair, it is easily out of here to give Battle Creek the lead, but he pulled it foul. So it stays at 3-2 with 2 outs and the bases empty, and it stays scoreless in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Low and away, ball 4. Grabanski takes a 2-out walk after nearly giving Battle Creek the lead. First base runner allowed by Trez Rybarczyk. 2-out base runner for Fisher Pyatt. Grabanski nearly had home run number 5 on the season. This is a graveyard here at MCCU Field. You don't see a lot of home runs. It's 322 down the line. That ball would have easily went out of here. Pyatt, the switch hitter, bats from the left side against the righty Rybarczyk. 0 for 2 tonight with a pop out and a strikeout. First pitch to him. Low and inside, 1-0. Rybarczyk, in his first inning, has nearly gotten out unscathed. There has been some hard contact in the liner into the gap that Krittenberger caught. And long foul ball from Grabanski. But he's staying in the strike zone, trusting his stuff against these hitters. Infield is back with 2 outs. Brantley holds on the runner at first. 1-0. Strike over the outside edge to Pyatt. Evens up the count. Still looking for his first hit against the Rivets this season. Pyatt's batting average has dipped all the way down to 230. He's 0 for 14 against Rockford. Trying to continue his 6-game hitting streak tonight, has yet to do so. 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. See if the day is done on the other end for the starter for Battle Creek, Garrett Martin. He went 6 frames, really wiggled his way out of trouble in that last half inning. Rockford had runners at the corners with 1 out. He's thrown 82 pitches. Rivets were seeing him a lot better third time through the lineup. 2-1, check swing. It's a called strike. Doesn't matter that Pyatt went or did not go around. The fastball found the inside edge, and the count's 2-2. Rybarczyk again, just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning here in the 6th. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. Stays at 2-2. Switch hitter and Pyatt. Grabanski leading off first, represents the go-ahead run. Tied at 0 here in the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rybarczyk peers in. High leg kick in the delivery. Swung on down the right field line. Line foul. Just a couple feet to that white chalk line. It drifts into the Battle Creek bullpen. Another loud swing from these Battle Creek bats. Rybarczyk's trusting his stuff, but he is leaving a lot over the plate. Battle Creek hasn't punished him yet here in his first inning of work. This count stays at 2-2. Outfield is notably shallow for Rockford. Even the right fielder McDonald's not particularly deep. Allen and Krittenberger are about halfway towards the infield. In a ballpark that does play particularly deep, here's a 2-2. Swung on line, right back up the middle. Rybarczyk knocks it down with his glove. He'll pick it up on the mound, underhand it to first in time to retire Pyatt and the side. A scoreless frame from Trez Rybarczyk. His first inning as a Rockford Rivet. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. Through 6, scoreless in Battle Creek on the Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the 7th, still looking for our first run of the ball game here from MCCU Field. Battle Jacks Rivets deadlocked at nothing. Cam McDonald, Brody Harding, Brandon Bannon, 5, 6, 7, your scheduled hitters. First pitch to McDonald is off the glove of the catcher Hancock and then off the mask of the home plate umpire Eric Swift. It's ball 1 to Cam McDonald. Garrett Martin's out there for another inning of work. Thought he might be done after 6. Was at 82 pitches, and there was action in the Battle Creek pen, but they'll keep him in there. Second time pitching into the 7th this season as he tries to go to the slider. It's inside on McDonald. The count's 2-0. See how long the leash is here for Martin. Had to wiggle his way out of a one-out runners on the corners jam in the 6th. He does peer down at that Battle Creek pen where there is a lefty getting hot. McDonald taking his time, getting back into the right-handed batter's box. 2-0. Low and away, 3 balls and no strikes. McDonald yet to reach tonight. He's 0 for 2. You've got Bannon scheduled to hit third in this inning, who has 2 of Rockford's 4 hits. 3 balls and no strikes. It finds the letters for strike 1 there, the fastball. That might be the method of thinking here for Battle Creek. You get Harding and McDonald. I don't know if you let him face Bannon a third time when he's already been hit hard twice. McDonald 3-1, bouncing ball up the middle. Takes a bit of steam off the mound. The throw from second base is in time. McDonald blistered that ball off the bat. It kicked off the pitcher's mound. Lost a lot of steam heading into center field, and Fisher Pyatt ranged behind the second base bag, set his feet through across. It was a high throw for Grabanski, who lifted his left leg high in the air, kept his right toe on the bag. He's stretching behind the first base bag as he keeps McDonald honest and retires him at first. Wild play, but a big first down for Battle Creek. It brings up Brody Harding. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and ground out tonight. First pitch, fastball is a called strike. McDonald hit that ball about as hard as you could. Just kicked off the wrong part of the newly inserted infield dirt here at MCCU Field. Harding, ground ball to shortstop. Awkward couple of hops from Merced. He knocks it down, throws on the run, and that's in time. Harding was busting it out of the box. Merced could only jab at the baseball as it took an awkward hop right in front of him. Knocked it down, picked it up on the run, threw to first, and it was an accurate throw to Grabanski. Back-to-back stellar plays from this Battle Creek infield. Harding's retired, and there's 2 down in the 7th. And Martin will stay in to face Brandon Bannon, trying to surpass his longest outing in the Northwoods League this summer. It was 6 2/3 in Traverse City. Bannon takes just off the plate for ball 1. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles tonight. Shortstop Merced is deep in the hole. Bannon swings and pops one foul on the right side. 1-1 the count. Martin back set, working out of the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside, 2-1. It's been 3-1-2-3 innings in this game for Martin. None such the 4th. 2-1. Fastball's at the letters. Bannon didn't like the call. The count's 2-2. Garrett Martin looking for 7 shutout innings on the bump. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, tap towards third base. It's foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bannon. Yet to be retired tonight. A rare sight in a game that has been flooded with outs by these 2 starters. David Mata went 5 shutout frames for the Rivets. Trezor Barczyk, a shutout frame out of the bullpen. It's been all Garrett Martin on the hill for Battle Creek, who's looking for 7 shutout innings of his own. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The deuces are wild. Nobody on in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Fastball swung on, popped foul off the pillar that holds up the roof of the overhang here at MCCU Field, and it bounces back into the field of play. It's tough to try to do that. The count stays at 2-2. Bannon wiggles the bat off his right shoulder. Hands outstretched in the righty box. Martin out of the windup. Time was granted as Bannon asked for it before the delivery came in. Fresh baseball acquired from Martin on the bump. Wind has died down. Not blowing any which way here as the 2-2's outside and the count's full. Braden Bannon only one 3-hit game this season for the Rivets. Full count offering on the way. The pitch. Swung on, foul back again. Big fight from Bannon, especially when you consider the pitch count here of Garrett Martin. This could be the last hitter that he faces. Could still face Drew Baker, but he's up there now towards 100 pitches. He's at 98 as it currently stands. So it could prevent him from re-entering should he want to for the 8th. 3-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Bannon lifted his arms out of the way. He thought it was ball 4, but it was just on the inside edge. According to home plate umpire Eric Swift, Bannon asking him about the call as he heads back to the Rivets dugout. 9 strikeouts through 7 shutout innings for Garrett Martin. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap. We stretch at MCCU Field, still looking for our first run of the ball game. Scoreless between the Rivets and the Battle Jacks here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the 7th. Trez Rabarchik still on the mound for the Rivets. We are still scoreless between the Battle Jacks and Rockford here at MCCU Field in the western half of Michigan. Jace Matkin 0 for 1 tonight with a walk will lead things off for Battle Creek. 6, 7, 8 in the Battle Jacks order. Rabarchik's second inning of work in a Rockford shirt. First pitch to Matkin. Just off the plate for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Matkin. Checks his swing as a fastball fired inside for ball 2. Is double barrel action in the Rockford pen. Aaron Mashulam, the one primarily getting loose right now. So we'll see how long the leash is on Trez Rabarchik, who's making just his second inning, I should say, first appearance in the Northwoods League. He's missed upstairs with 3 straight. Matkin's ahead in the count 3-0. Again, still a scoreless ball game. Every base runner is pivotal the later you get in this one. 3-0 pitch does find the zone. Matkin took 1 step towards first base, but the count's 3-1. Now the 3-1 pitch way inside. Matkin has to duck out of the way, pull his hands in as he takes ball 4. Second walk for Trez Rabarchik, leadoff base runner in the 7th for Battle Creek. Garrett Martin at 98 pitches, so he can technically re-enter for the 8th inning. We'll see. There is action up in the Battle Creek bullpen. Tyler Fletcher out for a mound visit with Rabarchik as Dylan Kark is set to step in. Interesting to see if Kark tries to sacrifice here. He struck out tonight and was hit by a pitch. Rabarchik hasn't been in the strike zone with much regularity this inning, albeit to only 1 hitter. So I don't know if you square around early or not. This is a game where it looks like 1 run could potentially win it for you. Kark has been struggling a little bit as of late. He's 1 for his last 12. Talking strategy right now is the Battle Creek staff just outside of their dugout on the first base side. You've got the on-deck hitter, the in-the-hole hitter, the man on first base, and all three of your coaches. The head coach, of course, and the two base coaches congregating as Rockford's entire infield has come in on the mound with pitching coach Tyler Fletcher. Very tense moment, high game of strategy here. Runs are at a premium. Meshulam's still getting loose. Scoreless game in the bottom of the 7th. Mountain conferences have concluded. Here's Kark. 0 for 1 today with the hit by pitch. Righty on righty matchup. The brother of the Illinois Fighting Illini pitcher set to deal. Kark squaring around super early. They'll check on the runner at first, but he just gets back in time. Tag applied just a hair late from Ben Brantley as diving in safely was Matkin. He's 7 for 7 swiping bags this summer, but this no doubt looks like a sacrifice situation potentially for Kark, who squared around very, very early. Squares around early again. Third baseman DeMarco creeping up. Rabarchik stares in multiple times, picks back again, and it's in time! The pause from Tresden Rabarchik buckles the knees of the base runner Matkin, and a pick back to first picks him off of first base, and there's one down in the 7th. What a gutsy move from Rabarchik in his first Northwoods League outing. Just would not throw home, just sat on the mound until the pacing of Matkin was thrown off as he fires in strike one to Kark. Base running and pitching, always a thing of timing, and he threw off the timing of Matkin, taking longer to commit to home. This ball is off the end of the bat foul. It's 0-2 to Kark. But when you take longer to get home, especially significantly longer, when runners think they have you timed up, you can catch them leaning one way or another, and Rabarchik did that right there, as Matkin was extremely late diving back into first base. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded towards third. DeMarco has it, parallel to the bag. His throw across in time. 2 down in the 7th. The base is clear for Robbie Merced. And how about that from pitching coach Tyler Fletcher? No doubt was a play that he had drawn up for Rabarchik to execute. That's why they brought the entire infield in on that mound conference. Really good strategy from the Rivets staff and well executed from the players on the diamond. Puts them in a much more favorable position to deal with Merced, who squares around trying to bunt for a hit. Pulls back, but the pitch is called strike one on the outside corner. Merced's 0 for 1 with a walk today. Also flew out to right field, was a diving play from Cam McDonald. 0-1. Swung on, grounded off his leg, foul. He's down in the count 0-2. That diving play came to lead off the 5th inning. Oh, 2, 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 7th, scoreless between Battle Creek and Rockford. Trez Rabarchik looking for 2 shutout innings in his Northwoods League debut. Out of the windup, third base side, the 0-2 pitch, swung on, popped foul over top of the Battle Jacks bullpen, first base side. Next 0-2, check swing, he did not go, was the pitches in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Merced. One-two pitch from Rabarchik. Just off the plate. Rockford middle infielders were dashing towards the dugout. They have to retreat to their spots as he just missed the outside corner. According to plate umpire Eric Swift, the count's 2-2. Next pitch is lined up the middle for a base hit. Game of inches as Merced's aboard with 2 outs in the 7th. First hit given up by Rabarchik. We'll bring up the 9-hole man, Isaiah Gibbs. Gibbs today's 0 for 2. He's popped out the first and also struck out. It's actually going to be a pinch hitter here for Battle Creek. They announced a pinch hitter, Aaron Dolney, is going to come in and pinch hit for Isaiah Gibbs. So a big spot. Battle Creek trying to roll the dice here with their 9-hole hitter. Dolney's first at bat of the series. Bats from the left side against the righty Rabarchik. They'll check on the runner at first, who's back standing. Left-handed hitting catcher out of Eastern Michigan University. He's hitting .273 this season. 9 doubles, 11 batted in. He's been hitting a lot better as of late. Riding a 7-game hitting streak. 4 of those, he had multiple hits. They check on the runner at first. Merced elected to go back standing and nearly overran the bag. Just able to keep his right toe on top of the bag. 2 for 6 day yesterday for Dolney and an RBI. So a hot bat coming off the bench for Battle Creek. First pitch from Rabarchik. Slide step delivery. Fastballs over the outside edge for strike 1. 12 hits in the 7-game hitting streak for Aaron Dolney. They'll check on the runner at first again. Merced's been back standing on a couple of occasions. He's not getting too aggressive with that lead. Oh, 1. Upstairs, accounts even. Dolney, a native of Plymouth, Michigan. A lot of local flair to this Battle Creek team. Led the Great Lakes East for a lot of the first half. Their I-94 rivals, Kalamazoo, took the title. Looking to rebound strong as this one just grounded foul on the first base side. 1-2 the count. Sun beginning to set here in Michigan. Hues of orange highlighting the clouds. 1-2, 2 outs here in the 7th. No score between Rockford and Battle Creek. Trez Rabarchik on the hill. Looks back the runner at first again. See if Merced's off. Taking slightly more aggressive lead over at first. Brantley holding him on. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul first base side. Over towards the Battle Jacks dugout. Count stays at 1-2. Marchik set. Here's the pitch. Inside. Dolney has to lift his right elbow out of the way to avoid being hit. The count goes to 2-2. Rabarchik, you can tell, running on fumes, but needs to just get this batter here to get out of the frame. Dolney was 3 for 9 with an RBI against Rockford back at Rivets Stadium in the middle of June. 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Laced towards left field. Allen playing shallow, but it drifts into foul territory and barrels its way into the party deck down the left field line. If that ball's fair, it's probably a run for Battle Creek, but it just tailed foul at the last minute. Count still 2-2 to Gibbs. Allen still continues to play very shallow in left center field. Crittenberger has Dolney shaded to hit the ball the other way as well. McDonald deep in right. Rest of the infield back for the Rivets with Brantley holding on the runner at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rabarchik, the pitch. Runner goes, pitches low in the dirt. Baker blocks it, but he doesn't have a throw to second base. The count's full as Merced's into scoring position. And a base hit could give Battle Creek the lead here. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, still scoreless. Pinch hitter Aaron Dolney's rode the count full against first-time reliever Trez Rabarchik. Go-ahead run on second base, leading off, not being held on. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a laced liner, foul down the first base line. It barrels its way into the Battle Creek bullpen. The count stays full. What a battle this has been from Dolney. This next pitch will be number 9 of the at-bat. Still a full count, 2 outs. Tie game with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Rabarczyk looking for 2 shutout frames. Looks back the runner at second. Now peers in home. The pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is laced into left field. Allen backpedaling. Makes the catch. And the side is retired. Was hit straight at Rockford's left fielder, who just had to take a couple paces backwards and secure it atop his right shoulder for out number 3. Dolney retired and the side. 2 shutout frames for Trez Rabarczyk. No runs on a hit. No errors and 1 man left on base. We've played 7 and still looking to break the deadlock between the Rivets and the Battlejacks here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Gavin Knust, first arm out of Battle Creek bullpen. Lefty for the Battlejacks will face Baker, Allen, and Crittenberger. 8-9-1 do it for the Rivets here in the 8th. We're still scoreless here at MCCU Field between Battle Creek and Rockford. Numbers on Knust in a minute. Baker, the right-hander, that hits lefties particularly well, will be the first man to face Knust fresh into this ballgame. First delivery is on the outside edge for strike 1 to Baker. 0 for 2 today with a pop-up and a ground out. Final line on Garrett Martin. 7 shutout innings, 4 hits allowed. No runs, no walks. 9 strikeouts on 98 pitches. Really good outing. The best of the summer so far for the hard-throwing right-hander for Battle Creek as Baker takes low in the dirt for ball 1. Numbers on Knust so far this season. Appearance number 10. He's allowed 3 earned runs and 10 2/3 so far. The hard-throwing lefty from Indiana University Southeast, a 2.53 ERA. 1-1 to Baker. High for ball 2. Just above the letters. Last action for him came 4 days ago against Traverse City. Pitched 3 innings, allowed 2 unearned runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Falling behind Baker here early, the 2-1 pitch. Rears his arm back and fires in a fastball that swung on and missed. 2-2. He pauses in the middle of his delivery as he reaches that left arm fully back and brings it high over the top of his body, firing in that fastball with a downward motion. Stands at 6'1", 205 pounds. Sophomore from St. Anthony, Indiana. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, tap towards third. This is going to be a difficult play. Charging in, Kark, bare hands, doesn't have a throw. fielded it well up the line, but Baker's got deceptive speed in the righty batter's box. An infield single, Rockford's 5th hit of the game to lead off the 8th. And we're going to see strategy right now from JT Scara. Drew Baker pulled from the game. Jeff Ince coming in to pinch run. Ince, Louisiana Tech infielder, getting a day off today. He's going to come in and pinch run for Baker, representing the go-ahead run here in the 8th inning. And you can do that now if you're Rockford, now that you have 3 catchers. You got Bannon obviously out at second base, but Tony Linwoodell can come in and catch for you now. So you have the ability to pinch run for your catcher. Dustin Allen, we'll see if he shows bunt here. Third baseman Carr creeping in towards the cutout. First pitch from Knudsen in this lefty-on-lefty matchup is taken at the knees for strike 1. Allen did show bunt, then pulled back, but the pitch dropped into the zone. Allen's 1 for 2 today, flew out to center field and singled through the right side. Middle infield's even with the bag, pinched up the middle to turn 2. There is a hole on the right side of the infield with the first baseman holding on the runner. 0-1. Allen squares around again, pops it up. Catcher Hancock gives it a look, but it's into the bleachers, and the count's 0-2 to Allen. Defensive changes for Battle Creek. You have Aaron Dolney, who pinched it in the last inning, over at first base. Grabansky is out in left field, so Matkins out of the game. Rafael Gomez Jr. out in right field. 0-2 pitch. On the outside edge, but just low for ball 1. Really gutsy take from Allen, especially with a big zone tonight. It pays dividends. Counts 1-2 to the San Diego outfielder. Ince leading off first, has not shown the tendency to steal yet. Middle infield is back now at double play depth. 1-2 pitch from Knudsen. Breaking ball. So curveball just bends off the plate. The count's 2-2. That one started in the zone and broke away from the left-handed hitting Allen. Another good take. The count's 2-2. Knudsen peers in. Set high at the collarbone. Looks at the runner. Now a high leg kick in the 2-2. Fastball upstairs, 3-2. If Allen can find a way to reach, there's 2 on with nobody out. Ty Krittenberger on deck. No hits tonight, but one of your hottest bats as of late. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, scoreless here in the top of the 8th. Big pitch upcoming. Runner goes. Knudsen delivery. Fastball popped foul. Third base side. That was the heater over the plate. Allen just missed it. So Ince forced to retreat back to first. We'll see if he's off again in this. You trust your runner to put the ball in play, and Allen. Ince a really aggressive lead off first base. Wouldn't be surprised if they threw back over here. They won't. The 3-2 pitch. Line towards center field. Charging in Nichols. He dives. He makes the catch. Dove head first. Flipped the glove up rather than underhand. Was still able to secure the baseball. Allen retired. Ince forced to retreat back to first base. 1 down in the 8th. There have been some web gems left and right in this baseball game. And 1 out for Ty Krittenberger. Any way you slice it, the defense has been on display tonight. A clean game of baseball so far. No errors up on the scoreboard. And plenty of diving highlight reel plays. Krittenberger, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. First pitch to him. Fastball's way out of the zone for ball 1. Couple of strikeouts for Krittenberger. The third baseman Kark's in on the cutout. First baseman Dolney holding on the runner. Middle infield back. Shaded over towards the hole is the shortstop Merced. First look back from Knudsen, who has a lagging motion over to first base. Ince is back standing. Knudsen will lift his front leg high and then slowly creep towards first base before bringing the leg down and firing it over to the first baseman. There's a lot of time for runners to get back there. Righty getting loose for Battle Creek, the lefty Brantley on deck. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Crittenberger slams it foul straight back. Count 1-1 to the Western Kentucky outfielder. One ball, one strike. Ince on first base. Pinch runner for Drew Baker, who singled to lead off the inning. Infield Squibber to third base. 1-1, runners off. Pitch is high for a ball. Throw down to second base is not in time. Really good jump from Ince on Knust, who's slow to the plate. He lifts his front leg high and pauses for a minute. Ince used that to get a really good jump, and his swiped bag puts him into scoring position. Pitch was high to Crittenberger, who's up 2-1 in the count. Now a base hit gives Rockford the lead in all likelihood here in the 8th inning. Right fielder Gomez is shallow. Nichols playing shaded towards the left center gap. Crittenberger hits it on the ground towards shortstop. High hop, it kicks off the glove of Merced. Retrieves it behind the third base bag, but Crittenberger already well on his way to first base. 2 on with 1 out for Rockford. Ince can't advance on the play. That was a brutal hop on the infield dirt. Merced had to lift his glove hand high over his head, and it just kicked off his leather behind the third base bag. We'll see how it's scored for Crittenberger. Would have been a really tough play to get him either way. But Crittenberger on first. Ince stays on second. 2 on with 1 out. A mound visit now. It's by the pitching coach, so there won't be a change in all likelihood. Ben Brantley, another left-handed bat, set to come to the plate for Rockford. Right now, the scoreboard's showing that scored as a hit for Crittenberger. We'll check the official score log now. It is called a single, so it's Rockford's 6th hit of the game. Second one given up by Knust. It's the second infield hit for the Rivets in this inning. Both have reached via the infield single. Baker, who was pinch ran for by Ince, and Crittenberger over on first base. Ben Brantley scheduled to be your hitter as the Mound Conference breaks up for Battle Creek. Lefty Knust stays on to face Brantley. 1 for 3 with a single. His last time up in the 6th. Lefty on lefty matchup. Rockford trying to take the lead here in the 8th. Knust looks back the runner at second. Ince is creeping towards third, so he'll step off the mound, give him a courtesy. Shortstop Merced is keeping him on as he's close to the second base bag, creeping in from behind him, but he hasn't gone to cover the bag yet. Crittenberger over at first, not being held on. The first baseman Dolney is well behind the bag. First pitch to Brantley. It's the curveball, and it breaks away, taken for ball 1. Brantley got to be sitting dead red in this situation. Really good fastball hitter. 7 RBIs on the season, 2 of them last night. Albeit in a losing effort for the Rivets, trying to get back in the win column here. 1-0. There was a fastball, but it was on the inside corner, so Brantley takes for strike 1. One ball, one strike. Deep breath, and now the pitch. Low in the zone. Brantley takes just below the knees on another off-speed delivery. He's ahead in the count 2-1. Runners on second and first here in the top of the 8th. We are scoreless between the Battle Jacks and the Rivets. Ben Brantley in a 2-1 count on a lefty-on-lefty matchup with Gavin Knust. The 2-1 pitch. Upstairs and inside, Brantley lifts his arms close to his jersey as he takes ball 3. A walk here loads the bases for Nick DeMarco with still 1 down in the 8th. Infield fully back for Battle Creek. Runners not being held on. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Slide step delivery. It's a changeup, and it's straight at the letters. Bleeding away from Brantley. The count goes to 3-2. Full count with one down. Tie ball game here in the 8th. Here's the payoff pitch. Runners go. Brantley swings, bloops one, shallow behind the second base bag. It's caught by the shortstop Merced. Insert gets back to the bag in time before he can rush over to second for a double play. But it was a jam shot that retires Brantley on the pop-up. The runners stay put, and there are 2 outs. Really big pitch from Gavin Knust. Brantley retired, 1 for 4 tonight, and that brings up Nick DeMarco. There is a righty who is loose in the Battle Creek bullpen, set to come into the game. Movement hasn't been made yet. They're going to leave Knust in to face Nick DeMarco. In the 3-hole tonight for Rockford, he's 0 for 3. A fly out and 2 strikeouts. Runners take off. First pitch. Check swing. The ball is out of the hand of the catcher Hancock on the transfer. He did not go around, according to our first base umpire tonight, Brady Parrish. So it's a 1-0 count to DeMarco, and both runners move up 90 feet. Another good jump from Ince. There's 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. And Hancock just lost that one on the transfer, trying to get it out of his glove hand and throw it down to third. Base hit scores 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Knust. Fastball low and away, 2-0. He's fallen behind a second consecutive hitter. You've got your Northwoods League RBI leader Matthew Mebane on deck. But DeMarco looking for a second hit in a Rockford uniform to play hero tonight. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on, laced down the left field line. It's foul. Would have kicked all the way into the corner, was a shot off the bat of DeMarco, who got a pitch center cut in a 2-0 count. But it's just foul into the sliver of foul territory down the left field line as the party deck juts out. So it stays scoreless again by a very fine margin here in the top of the 8th. 2 in scoring position and a 2-1 count to DeMarco. Knust trying to wiggle his way out of a jam. Comes set in the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is low. 3-1. That pitch had a lot of lake dip on it. Was the curveball out of the hand of Knust. DeMarco watched it all the way below his kneecaps. In a hitter's count at 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded first base side. Foul. Late swing at a pitch low and away from DeMarco. Might have chased ball 4. The count's full now. Prize high school product, recruited to be a 2-way player at Notre Dame. Looking to make an impression in his first week in the Northwoods League. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners in scoring position in a tie. Ball game scoreless in the top of the 8th. Here's the payoff from Knust. Swing and a miss. DeMarco lifts the bat high over his black helmet in frustration. He goes down swinging for the 3rd time tonight, and the side is retired. Rockford strands 2 in scoring position. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left. We've played 7.5, and there's still nothing to break the deadlock. Aaron Mashulam on the hill for the Rivets when we come back here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the 8th, top of the Battle Creek lineup. Coming into this ball game is Aaron Machulam. So Bobby Nichols will be the first hitter he faces, followed by Patrick Mills and Billy Hancock. Machulam, it's all lanky right-hander out of Emory University. Second appearance of the week. Nichols today 0 for 3. High chopper over towards third. DeMarco is playing in on the bunt, and it kicks off his glove into shallow left field. Nichols never stopped running. The throw to second's not in time. It's a leadoff double for Bobby Nichols here in the 8th inning. And Rockford immediately in harm's way here in the 8th. A high chopper that kicked off the dirt right in front of home plate and bounced all the way over the head of the third baseman DeMarco, who was playing up to protect for a potential bunt. First extra base hit of the game falls Battle Creek's way, and now JT Scarra is out for a mound visit. Left-handed hitting DH Patrick Mills is 0 for 3 today. He's scheduled to hit. Machulam on the season, 4.58 ERA, 9 earned runs in 17 2/3, has walked 8, struck out 20. Pitched a scoreless inning, last Rockford win Tuesday in Madison. Again, an even scoreline, 0-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's been a pitcher's duel when the two teams have gutted it out through their bullpens. 2 scoreless from Trez Rabarchik after 5 scoreless from starter David Mata for Rockford. Then you get 7 innings with 9 strikeouts for Garrett Martin for Battle Creek before Gavin Canoose worked his way out of a jam in the top half of the 8th. DeMarco's still in on the cutout at third, as is the first baseman Brantley. Middle infield back. First pitch swinging. It's off of Machulam. Scrambles off the mound to field it. He'll throw out Mills at first base as it kicked off the leg of the Emory right-hander, but Nichols was off with contact. So it's 1-3 on the putout to Mills on the ground ball. Nichols is up to third, representing the go-ahead run 90 feet away with 1 out here in the 8th. And now the stage is set for Billy Hancock. The right-handed hitting catcher's 1 for 3 today. One of just 4 hits for the Battle Jacks in the game. Infield's in for Rockford. 1 out here in the 8th. First pitch from Machulam. Gets away from Lindwedell, who's in there to catch. And on the wild pitch, Nichols comes home to score. Frustration for the Rivets. It's actually Brandon Bannon who came in to catch from second base. Some changes here. Jeff Ince comes into the game as well for Rockford. He's in at second base. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-1 to Hancock. Tough one for Rockford. A leadoff double on a high chopping ground ball that found its way into shallow left field. Just found the right part of dirt to kick off of. Advancing on a ground ball. And then a wild pitch from Machulam did the rest. So 1-0 Battle Creek here in the 8th. Next pitch is grounded back up the middle. Ranging over the shortstop Harding. He dives underneath the baseball behind the second base bag, but he doesn't have a throw. Infield single for Hancock. 1 out base runner for Battle Creek. And a second run here would be a mountain to climb for Rockford in the 9th inning. As Battle Creek gets its closer Tejeda up in the bullpen. Here's Grabanski, 1 for 2 tonight with a single. Can't say the Rivets haven't had their chances in this one to take the lead. Both sides have. Battle Creek finally took advantage here in the 8th against Machulam. First pitch to Grabanski. Fastball upstairs for ball 1. Left steal from the runner. Machulam pulls off the mound awkwardly as he fires well outside for ball 2. Lost his footing on the landing. It's a hitter-friendly count to Grabanski. 2-0. Fires in, strike one at the knees. Two-one pitch is called a strike at the letters. Bannon did a really good job framing that pitch. He pulled it down into the zone. Got the signature from home plate umpire Eric Swift. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out the count. Over at first base is Hancock. Battle Creek's taking the lead here in the bottom of the 8th, 1-0. Leadoff double from Bobby Nichols. It came around to score on a wild pitch. Next ball is corked foul towards Mountain Creek bullpen. Really late swing from Grabanski, casting out his hands at the outside delivery. Stays at 2-2. Got Jack Moore loosening in the Rivets bullpen. Next pitch from Meshulam's a called strike 3. Painted the outside corner. Grabanski goes down looking. 2 down in the 8th. First strikeout for Meshulam. Two down. Switch hitter Fisher Pyatt. 0 for 3 today. All came from the left side. He'll stay on the left side against the righty Meshulam. Runner goes on the first pitch. It's taken for a strike. Bannon's throw down is in time to nab the runner. Hancock caught stealing. That'll retire the side in the 8th, but Battle Creek takes the lead. A leadoff double from Bobby Nichols on a ball hit into the ground that hopped over the third baseman DeMarco into shallow left field. Advanced on a ground out, scored on a wild pitch. Small ball's been the name of the game all night long. Battle Creek a 1-0 lead headed to the 9th. Here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Anthony Tejeda on the mound for Battle Creek in the top of the 9th. Battle Jacks looking to close it out and hand Rockford their 3rd consecutive loss. Hard-throwing right-hander from the Dominican Republic attends Bryan College, the senior this season in the Northwoods League. Just 2 earned runs allowed in 12 innings of work. 2 for 2 in save situations. Got one of those saves against the Rivets in their 4-game set in Rockford earlier this season. Tejeda's pitched 3 2/3 against the Rivets and has not allowed an earned run. He'll face Mebane, McDonald, and Harding, the scheduled hitters for Rockford in the 9th. Battle Creek takes the lead in the bottom of the 8th off a leadoff double from Bobby Nichols, who came all around to score on a ball that really should not have left the infield, but a favorable bounce took it over the head of the third baseman DeMarco, and sometimes that's just how the ball plays in baseball. Here's the right-handed hitting Matthew Mebane, scheduled to lead it off. Mebane's 0 for 3 tonight. A long fly out to center field, combined with a strikeout and a pop out in foul territory to the third baseman. He takes a fastball off the plate for ball 1. Mebane has seen Tejeda twice already this season, struck out both times against him in Rockford. Next pitch from the right-hander is tight 2-0. Rivets have left 6 on base in this ball game, including 2 innings with 2 runners in scoring position. They've not plated a run yet tonight. Here's a 2-0. That finds the outside corner. Generous frame from Hancock. The count's 2-1. High leg kick in the pitch. Mebane slashes one foul. Late swing as it hits the concourse on the first base side. The count's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Breaking ball, grounded over toward shortstop. Merced backhands in the hole, sets his feet, leaves the baseball behind. Impressive play to get to the ball for Merced, but he bobbled it on the transfer, getting back up to his feet after stooping down to a knee to field it in the hole. Mebane is aboard to lead off the 9th. And Rockford's got the tying run on base. Scored as an E6, but the Rivets will take it. First error of the ball game for either side. And for Merced, his 8th error of the season. That brings up Cam McDonald. Kark at third, even with the bag creeping in a potential bunt situation. McDonald showing no sign. He takes low in the zone for ball 1. Lifeline for the Rivets. They trail 1-0 here in the top of the 9th. McDonald tonight 0 for 3, a strikeout and 2 groundouts. Infield a double play depth for the Battle Jacks. McDonald swings and sends a letter high fastball foul on the first base side. 1-1 the count. The second team All Big Ten outfielder from the University of Illinois. McDonald's been clutch this season for Rockford. Delivered a walk-off last week against Traverse City. Big hole in right field. So right fielder Matkin is playing shaded towards the gap. They can put it down the line. Mebane takes off, pitches low for a ball. It's bobbled on the transfer from Hancock. Second time that's happened to Billy Hancock behind the dish. Mebane got a good jump, but now he's into scoring position. Counts 2-1 to Cam McDonald. Rockford trying to tie the game in the top of the 9th. 1-0 Battle Creek. McDonald, 14 RBIs on the season, 3rd most for Rockford. The pitch, slashed foul. Off the back metal facing of the seats here at MCCU Field. The count goes to 2-2. Hole open on the right side of the infield. Pyatt, the second baseman, playing close to the bag to hold on Mebane. 2 balls, 2 strikes to McDonald. Tejeda looks back the runner. High leg kick in the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Upstairs fastball. Blew it past McDonald. His 2nd strikeout tonight. First for Tejeda, and there's 1 down in the 9th. Single still ties the game for Rockford with 1 down. Mebane still on second for Brody Harding. 0 for 3 tonight, 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Harding, much like McDonald, 14 RBIs, 3rd most on the Rivets. First pitch to him. There's an off-speed delivery over the inside edge for strike 1. Harding didn't play in the finale against the Mallards, but had 6 hits in the series. Swinging a hot bat, trying to keep it here. 0-1 is low and inside, evens the count. Harding with RBIs in 6 of his last 7 starts. Looking to keep that streak alive here. He's got Mebane out at second, representing the tying run in the 9th. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, they're going to call a balk. Harding swung and missed at the pitch. Tejeda's up in arms. He's talking to the first base umpire, Brady Parrish, but they will call it a balk, and it's going to send Mebane to 3rd base. They're going to say Tejeda didn't come set. By that argument, the pitch should not count either, and it should be a 1-1 count. Head coach Caleb Lang is out of the dugout for Battle Creek. He's talking to Parrish about the ruling, and they're going to reset the count to 1-1. Lang's still talking to the first base umpire, but the balk call will stand, and Mebane is 90 feet away with 1 out. So 1-1 the count to Brody Harding with 1 out. Matthew Mebane representing the tying runs 90 feet away, and the infield comes in for the Battle Jacks. Ground ball away from the infielder should score Mebane. Harding in a 1-1 count. Tejeda set. Here's the pitch. It's off the plate. Breaking ball upstairs. The count goes to 2-1. Mackin in right. Awfully shallow if Harding can get one over his head. Nichols straight away in center. And Grabansky shallow in left. The next pitch is in for a called strike. It was a quick pitch from Tejeda. Harding wasn't even ready in the box. And now he's frustrated with home plate umpire Eric Swift. So some pitches being stolen either side. Gamesmanship from both teams, and it's a 2-2 count to Harding. Tejeda set. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, grounded, foul, third base side. We'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes to Harding. Infield up for the Battle Jacks. 1-0. Battle Creek leads Mebane. The tying run on third. Here's the pitch. Swung on, blooped to the shortstop Merced. He dives, he can't get it. It's into shallow left field. Brody Harding, an RBI single, scores Mebane and ties us at 1 here in the 9th. And the balk call comes back to bite Battle Creek. Harding's 15th RBI of the season. It's a new ball game in the 9th. Still only 1 out, and Brandon Bannon, your batter. Bannon's 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles and a strikeout. Harding has plenty of speed to burn over on first base. First pitch from Tejeda is a fastball for a called strike. Harding 7 for 10. Trying to steal bases. If he gets into scoring position, a single could give Rockford the lead all of a sudden here in the 9th. 0-1 from Tejeda. Long pause. Now the leg kick and delivery. It's low in the zone. Blocked by Hancock. Keeps it close enough that Harding won't try to take second. It's 1-1 to Bannon. What a call from this umpiring crew. Tejeda didn't come set. It gave Mebane third base. Put the infield in so Harding was able to drop a blooper over the head of the shortstop Merced. And it allowed Rockford to tie the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Deep breath from Tejeda on the mound. Here's the pitch. Low and away. Ball 2 to Bannon. The error from the shortstop Merced got the inning started, allowed Mebane to reach. Bloop single from Harding, tied to the game at 1. Rockford can now take the lead in the 9th. 2-1 the count to Brody Harding. 1 away. Runner takes off. The pitch is low and away, and it kicks away from Hancock. There's a big backstop here at MCCU, but he's able to get to the ball quickly enough. Harding will just take a wide turn and stay put at second base. But now a wild pitch puts the go-ahead run into scoring position for the Rivets. Brandon Bannon, 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of singles, has broken out of his 1 for 19 stretch. And a big spot for him here, as a base hit can give Rockford the lead. Harding, who tied the game with this single moments ago, out on second base. Merced deep in the hole at shortstop, playing Bannon to pull in a 2 ball, 1 strike count, rather 3 ball, 1 strike count. Bannon wiggles the bat off his right shoulder. Bennett the knees in the righty box. Harding a dash step off a second, now retreats. Tejeda, the pitch. Called strike two. The count's full. So a full count to Brandon Bannon. 1 out in the inning. Harding over on second base in a 1-1 ball game. Tejeda set at the belt. Big payoff on the way. Here it is. Swing and a bouncer. Over towards third. Kark fields it. Belt high. His throw from the cutoff in the grass is in time. Bannon retired, and because it's hit on the left side of the infield, Harding can't advance, so he stays at second with 2 down. And the Rivets bring up a pinch hitter. Jeff Ince was brought on to pinch run and as a defensive replacement for Drew Baker. He's been burned from this ball game. The batter is Dylan Robertson. Robertson, a 300 hitter for the Rivets this season. Committed to play at Missouri State, played this season at Iowa Western. Dusts his feet before settling into the lefty batter's box. A lefty on righty matchup. Harding on second. 2 outs in the 9th in a tie game. Tejeda kick steals. Pitches a fastball fouled straight back. 0-1 to Dylan Robertson. 6 RBIs on the season for the left-handed hitting sophomore. Slightly open stance from the lefty box. He crowds the plate and rests the bat on his left shoulder. Tejeda set on the third base side of the rubber. The sidearm delivery. Fastball left off the plate. Counts even at a ball and a strike. Harding dancing off second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low in the zone, 2-1. And an awfully big strike zone from Eric Swift early on in this ball game has become microscopic late. Robertson taking full advantage in a hitter-friendly count at 2-1. Tejeda, deep breath. Kicks and deals. Fastball outside. 3 balls and a strike. Hitters friendly count to Robertson. 2 outs in the 9th. 1-1 ball game. Harding on second represents the go-ahead run. Tejeda's already blown the save. He tries to spin back and throw to second, but Harding's back with the head first dive. Shortstop Merced had snuck in behind him. There is no action in the Rockford bullpen. Would have to assume Meshulam gets the bottom of the 9th. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on, line towards center field. Nichols playing shallow, but it falls in one hop in front of him. Harding gets the wave. The throw to home plate's accurate, and it's in time to nail him. What a seed from Bobby Nichols. Threw it slightly up the third base line, but it was right on the money to the catcher Hancock. Rockford took a risk, and Harding's thrown out at home plate. And that will retire the side in the 9th. Rivets do tie the game on the RBI single from Brody Harding. It's a blown save for Tejeda, but it's 1-1 headed to the bottom of the 9th. Meshulam back out there. He'll face Pyatt, Mackin, Kark. 5, 6, 7 in the Battle Creek order when we come back here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the ninth from MCCU Field. 1-1 ball game after Rockford rallies to tie the game in the ninth inning. 5, 6, 7 due up to hit for Battle Creek. Aaron Meshulam still on the mound for his second inning of relief. It's a thin Rivets bullpen tonight. Pyatt's 0 for 3 tonight. Left-handed bat against the righty arm of Meshulam, who throws low for ball 1. Matthew Mebin reached on an error in the top half of the ninth from the shortstop Merced. Advanced to second base on a stolen base when the ball was lost on the transfer from the catcher Hancock. Then advanced to third on a balk. Next pitch upstairs from Meshulam, 2-0. With the infield drawn in, Harding delivered a bloop single to the edge of the infield at shortstop. That fell over the head of the shortstop Merced, allowed Mebin to score to tie the game. Harding tried to come home and score on a pinch hit single from Dylan Robertson and was thrown out at home plate. Here we are in the bottom half of the ninth. 2-0 pitch finds the outside edge of the zone. A fastball makes it 2-1. 1 run on 7 hits. No errors for the Rivets. 1 run on 5 hits with 1 error for Battle Creek. Next pitch. Meshulam low and inside with the heater. The count's 3-1. And how quickly Jack Moore begins throwing again in the Rockford bullpen. Tight leash on Meshulam. Here's a 3-1 to the leadoff man, Pyatt. It's off the plate for ball 4. Just outside to Pyatt. And the go-ahead runs aboard for Battle Creek here in the ninth. So here's Rafael Gomez Jr. Came in to replace Mackin in the game. He was replaced in the flurry of defensive changes in the last inning. First pitch to Gomez. Squares the bunt. Pitch ends up behind him. Gets away from the catcher, Bannon. And up to second base on the wild pitch goes Pyatt. Gomez is a specialist at getting the ball down via the bunt. Scara is out from the dugout to talk to Meshulam. This could be a pitching change. This could be a pep talk. We'll have to wait and see. Meshulam has been all over out of the zone so far in the ninth inning. But Gomez really good at getting bunts down. It is going to be a pitching change. Meshulam's out of the game. Jack Moore's coming in. We'll see what the strategy is here from Battle Creek as Meshulam pitches 1+. Allows an earned run and walks 1. And the walk-off run is in scoring position for Battle Creek. We'll step aside here on the Rivets Baseball Network. Jack Moore on to pitch in a high-leverage situation for the Rockford Rivets. Battle Creek has the winning run in scoring position in the bottom of the ninth of a 1-1 ball game. Jack Moore comes in relief for the first time this season of Aaron Meshulam. 5 innings under his belt in the Northwoods League so far. He's allowed 4 earned runs, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts for Moore, the right-hander, senior from Emory University. Has had good numbers in the collegiate ranks so far this season, but here in the Northwoods League, started sparingly for Rockford. His spot in the rotation taken by David Mata, who started this game and delivered 5 beautiful shutout innings of baseball. But as the sun continues to set here in Michigan, beautiful hues of pink and orange, highlighting the clouds and a mostly cloudy sky. The tensions have gotten high here. Battle Creek has the winning run in scoring position. Pyatt walked and then advanced to second on a wild pitch. Rafael Gomez Jr. is your batter. He inherits a 1-0 count after Meshulam exits the game. See if Gomez squares around again. Third baseman DeMarco's in at the cutout at third. Brantley's in front in the grass part of the infield. Middle infielders even with the bag. Gomez does square around. First pitch is low and away. Good stop from Bannon, reaching across his body. The count's 2-0 to Gomez. Big spot for Moore, who hasn't been used as a reliever yet this season for the Rivets, but the Rockford bullpen's thin on arms. Fitton unavailable, Pipes unavailable. Been used in too much succession in recent games. The 2-0 is taken from Gomez. It kicks away from Bannon, and now up to third goes Pyatt. Another wild pitch. The count's 3-0, and Battle Creek's winning run is 90 feet away with nobody out in the ninth. Rockford brings the infield up. All on the edge of the grass. 3-0 count to Gomez. Pitch from Moore. Fired in. It kicks away from Bannon. Here comes the runner. Pyatt scores, and Battle Creek walks it off. Rockford ties the game in the top of the ninth, and then 3 wild pitches surrounding a leadoff walk wins the game for the Battle Jacks. Battle Creek wins it 2-1 in a game that took just about 3 hours of time. Loss goes to Aaron Meshulam as he drops to 1-3, and the win goes to Anthony Tejeda, who blew the save in the ninth. Time of the game is 2 hours and 49 minutes. Started as a pitcher's duel, really continued all throughout. Really good work from both of the starters, respectively. As David Mata gave you everything you could from Rockford. 5 shutout innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. On the other end, Garrett Martin, really good for Battle Creek. 7 shutout innings, 9 strikeouts on 98 pitches. 2 teams will do it again tomorrow as Rockford falls to 15-18. Battle Creek back over 500 at 17-16. Thanks for joining us here on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:35 Eastern Time for first pitch. But until then, Andre Magaro signing off. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.